I am 93 years old. I don't say that to impress anyone. At this age, there is nothing left to impress. I say it because when you've lived this long, you begin to see life from an angle most people never get to see. I have outlived my wife. I have outlived my friends. I have outlived people I once thought I would never lose. And I have outlived a version of myself, a version that believed he had all the time in the world. I am sitting here now, in silence, while the world keeps rushing outside. And before I go, I need to tell you something. Not to scare you, not to motivate you, but to tell you the truth. Because most people are not deceived by others. They are deceived by themselves. The most dangerous lie you repeat every day is this: there is still time. You walk through life as if your days were unlimited, as if tomorrow were guaranteed, as if there would always be another chance. You treat your hours like they are worthless. You spend them without thinking. You give them away to things that don't matter. You know you are going to die someday. Of course you do. But you know it as a distant idea, not as a living truth. You don't feel it in your body. You don't feel it when you decide to postpone what matters. If you truly felt it, you would live differently. Let me tell you about Jack. It was 1971. Jack was my best friend. Smarter than me. More ambitious than me, always with a plan. Jack believed in deadlines, in numbers, in when I get there. One night, we were sitting late in his office, a glass of whiskey in hand. He had just closed the biggest deal of his career. He was smiling like someone who thought he had already won. He looked at me and said, 5 more years. 5 more years of hard work. Then I retire. I travel with my wife. I learn something new. I start living. Jack wasn't stupid. He had everything planned. 3 days later, he walked out of his building, felt a sharp pain in his chest, and collapsed on the sidewalk. Massive heart attack. He was 41 years old. He never traveled. He never learned anything new. He never started living. At his funeral, no one talked about his plans, only about how fast everything ended. The tragedy wasn't that Jack died. We all die. The tragedy was that he spent his entire life waiting for the right moment to live. A week after his death, I went to his office. His calendar was full, meetings scheduled, urgent emails waiting. The world did not stop for Jack. The company kept running. Someone else took his place. His name slowly disappeared. That's when I understood something that is hard to accept. You are important, but you are not indispensable. Today, I hear people saying the same things Jack used to say. I'll take care of my health later. I'll spend more time with my family later. I'll go after what I really want later. Let me tell you this from the end of the road. There is no later. There is only now. Trading your present for a future that is not guaranteed is the worst bet you can make. Let's talk about your stuff. Everything you own. Your generation is obsessed with accumulation. More money, more objects, more things that promise happiness. I had all of that. A big house, expensive cars, things I thought mattered. Now I live in a small room. I have a bed, a chair, and one photograph. And I tell you this with absolute clarity. None of it matters. I've been to many funerals. I have never seen a moving truck following a hearse. When you die, someone else will decide what stays and what gets thrown away. Most of what you own will be forgotten. So tell me, why are you trading your time for it? Why do you work so much? Why are you always tired? Not always because you need to. Often because you're afraid. Afraid of not being enough. Afraid of falling behind. Afraid of what others might think. Meanwhile, you miss dinners. You miss hugs. You miss moments that never come back. And no one will give them back to you. There was one year in my life I will never forget. In 1978, I received an important award. People applauded. I felt invincible. I came home late that night. The house was dark. My wife was asleep. My children were asleep. I sat alone at the kitchen table, staring at the trophy. And for the first time, I felt empty. The applause was gone. The people who celebrated me did not love me. They only loved what I could give them. The people who truly loved me, I had neglected them. That trophy is somewhere now. I don't even know where. But I remember perfectly the look in my wife's eyes when I told her I wouldn't make it to dinner. That stays. You think your job defines who you are. It doesn't. Your work is a transaction. You trade hours of your life for money. Hours you will never get back. If you disappeared today, your position would be filled. Your inbox reassigned. The company would move on. Do not give your life to something that cannot love you back. When you are near the end, you don't remember achievements. You remember moments. You remember laughter. You remember conversations. You remember embraces. The only real wealth is what you gave, the time you offered, the love you expressed. That is the only thing you keep. Let me tell you 3 things before I go. No one is watching you as closely as you think. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves. Stop living in fear of other people's judgment. Everything you love is temporary, and that is exactly why it is precious. Treat it as if it could disappear tomorrow. You are alive right now. That alone is a miracle. Don't waste it by numbing yourself. Turn off your phone. Go outside. Feel the air. Call someone you miss. Forgive the person you carry in your heart. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Life is not measured in years. It is measured in presence. The clock does not stop. It never does. Every second that passes is one less you have. Don't wait to understand this when it's too late. I can't go back anymore. You still can. I am tired now. Go and live.